Hello and welcome to DCP SideQuest episode number 96. I'm pretty sure it's
Woo!
96.
Damn.
We're close to that 100.
It's getting so close to triple digits. My God.
Maybe we
Super
need
close.
to do DCP does SideQuest questions.
Are we finally going to open up questions and not tell Briar? And then
That would be great.
just suddenly be like, Briar has questions. We need to do
Briar
questions
starts
now.
talking about some retro game. And
Yeah.
we're like, ready for some Twitter questions? Briar? Huh? Ready?
That would be amazing. Throw him completely off guard.
Oh, man.
All questions pertain to Crocs.
Yes,
Yep.
it's the Croc Questionnaire Weekly.
Oh, maybe we can get the people to submit Jar Jar Binks fan art to Briar exclusively.
Now we're talking. This is amazing.
You know, loads of people. You know, the last time when it was actually Star Wars Day, and I spoke specifically about I don't think a lot of people know that when I'm talking about Jar Jar Binks, I'm deadly serious, right? So then there were some people that replied to me. Yeah, there's some people that replied to me on Twitter that were like, I think it's really unfair that you're making a mockery of this character. Do you realize how much harassment he got? I was like, no, I actually like this character. When I say on Star Wars Day that I think he's a brilliant character, I'm one of the few people that actually appreciates him. And they were like, oh, I'm sorry. It's like, why do you jump to the conclusion
It's
that I'm
because
a
you're
bad
British.
guy?
Dare
They
they?
assume you're sarcastic.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
You know what's weird? In Star Wars or Galaxy's Edge, I should say in Disneyland, there's no
Oh,
Jar
yeah.
Jar Binks walking around. What's up with that, man?
Not even like a poster of him?
I didn't see
He
a
doesn't work at
poster.
the breakfast bar?
There's no like Jar Jar sandwiches or something like that, or like Jar Jar's juice pack.
Jar Jar's
drink.
hut?
Yeah, Jar Jar's
Damn.
hut, roasting pieces of briar.
I would've-
Like, no,
I would have gone home. I would have walked home.
I was this close. This close.
Speaking of, how was Disneyland?
Disneyland was awesome. Really, really
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Aside from having to wear a mask basically the majority of the time, it was just like being at Disney, only with more space, which is great.
Okay.
Right? You know how sometimes you get in these lines and people like to compress like sardines? It's like, whoa,
Yeah,
back
yeah.
up, buddy. We don't need it. What's the rush? We're in the same line. You know, you don't need to worry about that. Now there's markers on the ground that say, hey, this is where you should stand and give people 6 feet. So it's actually pretty nice. Like, yeah.
Okay.
Sounds pretty nice.
Yeah, it didn't seem like there was less people in the park, but there obviously was because the people who are in line are part of the dispersion of the population in there. So it still looked like there was a lot of people, but it was not nearly as bad. But some of the lines looked like they were 2 hours long, but they were just 45
Really?
minutes. Yeah, like Pirates of the
Oh,
Caribbean
okay.
stretched all the way to like Adventureland or something like that. Just around the Mark Twain and all the way up to
Right.
Haunted Mansion and back. And I'm like, Jesus, how long is this line? It's like, it was just 45 minutes. So
Do they have a discount for fully vaccinated gamers?
they should. That would have been awesome. I would have whipped out my card and been like, boom, give me 10%
There's
off
a-
this expensive ass food.
We thought about going to a Mariners baseball game because they have special sections for fully vaccinated people. You get a discount on food and drink, and you also
Okay.
get souvenirs.
Well, that's
I was like-
awesome. Yeah, I'd totally whip out the old card to get
Yeah.
a bonus like that. You know?
Using my vaccinated privilege.
Yeah. Yeah. Instead, they force you to wear a mask right now at Disneyland, which I understand, you know.
Yeah.
But being fully vaccinated would be nice
You can't
to
trust.
rip it off.
I
Yeah.
can't trust people. Yeah.
You can't trust people right now. You can't trust them.
I'm totally fully vaccinated.
So I will say that the 2 rides at Galaxy's Edge, Star Wars Land, they're amazing. They are
Okay.
badass.
I want to go so bad.
They transport you. They make you feel like you're literally on a remote trading outpost planet and you're part of the resistance and all that. And you're running from, it's amazing. They've done an
That's what I
amazing
want.
job like transporting you there. So that was really cool. I was really pleased to get to finally see that stuff in action. And then we got to see Avengers Campus the next day, which we did end up waiting
Oh.
over 3 hours in line
Woo.
to get into the campus because obviously everyone wanted to be inside Avengers Campus that day.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
What was it like?
It was cool. Yeah. It was, I felt like the Galaxy's Edge was more impressive because I felt like I was transported to another planet. But
Yeah.
Okay.
Avengers Campus, it used to be Bugs Land in California Adventure. And so they transported
I
all
remember
that stuff.
Bugs Land.
Yeah, right?
Mhm.
So Bugs Land clearly is not popular. They got rid of that and turned it into Avengers Campus, which is definitely more popular, more exciting. And they have all these. I was saying, Memes and I were talking about how it's like more of a live action type of experience where there's all these characters always kind of walking around. There's always someone in the Quinjet up top, and then like Thor will walk by, and then like they'll have the Wakanda team come out and start doing some crazy like dance martial arts type of stuff. And then
do they have random emergencies where the heroes go running down the street to the emergency? Because that would be great.
They have fights. They have like choreographed fights happening.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
that's
then
very cool.
we didn't see this one, but I saw it online on a vlog. There was Spider-Man came out and did like acrobatics, like legit acrobatics across a so it feels very live actiony, which is cool. We didn't get to ride the new ride either, the web slinger thing, which that seems really cool. Also, you fling out your arms to like throw spider webs to zap these little spider bots that are replicating. And it made me think, is that Kinect technology finally working? Because
maybe.
It's like I think there's 4 people that can be in a pod, and it like tracks everyone's arms. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's pretty cool, actually.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So, it was awesome. It was a lot of fun. I definitely enjoyed, even though there was a lot of queuing, it was just really nice to be back at Disneyland after years. Last time I went, I think it was 2014.
Wow, right. Okay, yeah. So wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you have any troubles doing that, like a super early morning? You said you had like a 2-minute window to like get the ticket thing.
Right.
Pre-ordering rides. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So this is the other problem that is currently existing in this setup. Because there's limited capacity with the rides, they have to do these virtual queues for some of them, like Rise of Resistance and also the Web Slingers thing that just came out. And what you have to do, there's 2 windows that happen. There's a 7 a.m. window and then a 12 p.m. or a noon window. And you basically have to have the app open and ready to engage gamer mode to refresh the page and hit the join button within seconds. Otherwise, you're not going to get a boarding pass. Yeah, it's not like you have a couple minutes. Like after 30 seconds, they are definitely booked up for that window. And you have to wait until the next one. So you basically have 2 chances per day to get a boarding pass, assuming you started at the park that has the thing that you want to ride. So we started at Disneyland on both days because we wanted to ride Rise of Resistance, and we got in both days because, again, I engaged gamer mode. I was like, I got this. I've been in there.
You going twice on the same ride, is that almost like you're one of them reseller guys?
They were 2 days. 2 days.
You buying up all the park tickets?
Yo, I got your boarding pass right here.
Amazing.
Yeah. No, it was actually pretty cool the way they have that set up too. Like, even though it's annoying that gets completely basically sold out within seconds, it's actually a pretty cool system if they had more rides available to do that with.
Yeah.
And all the food ordering, like 90% of the food in the park has to be ordered via mobile as well. And so you say what time window you want to pick it up, and then you'll say, I'm here, I'm ready to pick it up. They start preparing your food, and then you walk up with your mobile order. So you basically pay on your phone and you walk. Yeah, like it's actually really streamlined, but you miss out on spur of the moment. Oh, I'd like to go get like food at this place right now. Not all the places are doing the mobile order, but the majority of them are. And you do have to plan that out because you could be like, I'm hungry right now, but the thing you want to eat is like 3 hours away. So it's like, yeah. So there's pros and cons,
Yeah, it's interesting how much the pandemic has changed what people put into place.
It is, yeah.
Lots of places have put in new stuff.
One
thing it'd be interesting to sort of see like off the. I was gonna say, it'd be interesting to see off the back of it. It's like if people keep some of that stuff in place because some of it actually makes more sense.
It does.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is what I want to say. The thing that I hope that they keep is the sanitization stations. So there's a few places where they have like literally a hand washing station around the park that you just walk. It's like, oh, there's a hand wash. I'm like, yeah, okay. And then there's a bunch of the hand sanitization squirt machines like everywhere. So like you hop off a ride, you're like, oh, yeah, I'll clean my hands. Getting ready to go on a ride. I'll clean my hands. Sure. Just they're all over the place. I wouldn't mind seeing those stick around.
Yes, please. Because it's the same as like if you're in a mall or inside every single store, everywhere has places to sanitize your hands or wash them.
Yeah, that's been a nice benefit. I hope that doesn't go away once things return to normal. You know?
Hope not.
Yeah.
It's been a lot less people getting sick in general because people are cleaning themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope they actually like install them when like gaming events come back as well, because that was always the worst thing. Like you go like you pick up a controller and it's like, this doesn't feel too great.
So yeah,
Yep.
Disneyland was awesome. What this week is crazy, right?
Oh boy, we are officially
Insanity.
the eve before insanity, really.
Yes, Eve before Insanity is happening right
Because
now.
it's not just E3, it's games coming out, big games.
Yep.
Eric's
convinced.
like, oh yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh. Thing is, I'm convinced there must be some board of people that sit together and it's like, you know what? Let's just put everything in the same time window. They were like, do you not think it would be sensible for us to like space things out so we can all have our no, we should release in the same way. But do you not think it would be no, it's not strategic.
know
We're going to
what's
put them at the
worse,
same
Eric?
time.
My
What's that?
friends are also doing the same thing. People were like, "What if we have cuz I bought my house in the pandemic, why don't we have a housewarming on the same day that
Oh
Ratchet
my
and Clank
God.
comes out? I'm
Oh,
going to be
no.
moving. How about we have a party for me moving?" I'm like, "Can we It's June. It's not allowed in June.
You're like,
Everything
it's
is
not
banned
happening.
for June." It's
Yeah.
illegal.
It's so it's completely just like, honestly though, this year it just completely caught me off guard, because I feel like
Same.
for like this year's been a weird one, because like for me I feel like it hasn't stopped since January, because like Monster Hunter just flowed from like beta into launch into updates, and
Yeah.
then I was finally like, all right, you know what, we got past this new update for Monster Hunter. It wasn't as big as previously, and like I just because I hadn't physically booked any of E3 stuff. Like, I hadn't booked flights or hotels this year. I was like, oh, you know what? Next week should be all right. And I was like, I think I might have a week off next week. And I was like, oh wait, it's E3. Oh wait, these games are coming out. It's like, why? Why is this all happening? It's just like, because this week, for anyone that's obviously like not necessarily following all the dates, we have Ratchet and Clank, we have Guilty Gear Strive, and we have Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade.
We also have the Ninja Gaiden collection coming out if you're wanting to play
Oh, I
that
didn't know
as
about
well.
that.
Which, yeah,
damn.
It's just
And
might
that's
as well
all,
throw it all. Throw
it's
it all
all
in the
within
pile.
2 days of each other.
You know what?
2 days.
Yeah.
How about let's just say they release 60 FPS Bloodborne. Just boom this week as well. Why not? You know, just surprise us at E3.
Elden
You know
Ring.
what,
That's good. They're gonna have
Elden
E3.
Ring.
E3. They're gonna get on the presentation. They're like, and Elden Ring is releasing tomorrow.
And then to top it all
Although-
off, Nintendo will be like, Breath of the Wild is also out today.
Today. And there's a new Switch, by the way.
Oh my goodness. I would malfunction. I'd be like, you know what? Breath of the Wild's out. I'm going on holiday. See you later, guys. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. There's a lot going on.
There
Are
is
you
a
excited
lot.
about
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank?
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
Me
Reviews
too.
are coming out tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
and
yeah.
there's people can't obviously the embargo is tomorrow. But there's been people saying, it should be illegal for a game to look this good.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
I can say is this is nuts. So it's one of those games where I'm so excited to see what they do with the tech of the PS5.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because it
A
really
landmark
seems like
game,
they're
right?
using it. Mm-hmm.
And also,
Yeah.
like, I like those kind of games. Like, it's like we sort of a discussion we had with like Biomutant before. Like, I know like Biomutant didn't click for me, so it didn't give me that feel. But like those kind of games, I love those like adventure ones. And I know that like Ratchet and Clank didn't disappoint before, so like I'm super excited for it. And I'm hoping, not that I'm hoping for it to be a short game, but at the same time, given there's so much stuff going on, if you look at the average completion time for like all their Ratchet and Clank games, they typically fall around 10 to 12 hours. Obviously, if you want to go full completionist and do everything, but I genuinely think like if I can get Ratchet and Clank and just like I could complete it. And the nice thing for me as well is that like E3, it being the UK, a lot of the E3 presentations are in the evening. So if I get Ratchet and Clank at the end of the week, I could probably have it done by the weekend before the E3 conferences kick off.
Nice.
So-
There you go.
Yeah,
I'm hoping.
maybe. Yeah. See, anytime I definitely go way over game play times. They're like, it's 10 hours. I'm like, I'm at 20. I'm like halfway through. What's happening?
I've been
True.
busy looking at the ray tracing.
yeah. It's I'm like, I would love to just say, okay, it's gonna take me 12 hours and we just do one 12-hour stream, the whole thing start to finish. But I'm like, I know I'm gonna get to 12 hours and have like 5 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Yeah.
worst is you don't want to be super tired towards the end of a game because you want to like
No.
experience the end fresh. Yeah.
Yeah.
To be able to have like the recollection and like the
Mhm.
discussion
True.
afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm super
Well,
excited about Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, my focus is definitely on Ratchet and Clank this week as well because although I don't think I actually need it, but I discovered the other day, rather unfortunately, that I have lost my Final Fantasy VII Remake save,
Oh, no.
which is I, in my infinite wisdom, this is something that only Alex could do. But I was like, all right, you know what? I'll move over to my PS5.
Only Jar Jar
I
could
backed
do.
up all. Exactly right. I backed up. Well, I thought I backed up all my save files. I moved over Monster Hunter because I was like, I'm not losing 2,000 hours. I moved over like Ghost of Tsushima and things like that.
Yeah.
Like all those things that I thought, and I could have sworn I backed up Final Fantasy. And then instead of having a PlayStation just lying around, and my brother was like, "Oh, can I borrow?" I gave him my PlayStation, so I was like, "I'm going to wipe it." I didn't even need to, but I was like, "I'm going to wipe it." And then I went to download it the other day because I was trying to do a video for video games. And I needed to specifically find the workout section. I was like, "Oh, where's my save file gone?" And then I was like, "Oh no." So at some point, I mean, it's a fantastic game, but I'm not someone who typically replays games. But at some point, I'm going to have to replay it. I don't think you need to have a save file to play Intergrade. I think Intergrade is a standalone, although it's part of it. I think it's standalone. I think, but I am at some point going to have to replay it so that when part 2 comes out, I can continue.
Yeah.
But yeah.
True.
Yeah,
I'm
I haven't moved my data yet. It's on I have my PS4 here though. I'm not losing it. I'm not taking my eyes
Not
off
taking
of it.
chances.
I'm not touching it. Yeah.
Oh dear.
You know, it's funny. I actually, when I finished Final Fantasy VII, Waz, you probably remember this. I didn't save, and so my save is right before you do the final thing for the bridge. You go into that whole sequence. It's like the final 2 hours or whatever of fighting the 3 bosses. So yeah, I have to go in and do that at some point to get that ready.
You could do it. You could wait and move your save over. Wait
Already
for the
did that.
PS5 thing.
Already moved my save.
Okay, there you go.
Mhm.
So then you can just, when the PS5 one comes, you can just play through that again and then play through the extra stuff.
That's true.
That could be fun. Because you'll be experiencing it on PS5, that final fight. Woo!
Yeah.
That would look good.
Wasn't it
That would
already?
look very cool.
Am I mistaken? I thought they already did like some sort of PS5 tuning.
I think that comes with Intergrade, I think, at the same time.
Huh. Because I could have
Unless I'm
swore it was
mistaken.
60 FPS when I played it on the PS5. Because I did some capture on some like the top 20 games that I thought people should play.
Oh, okay.
And I captured it on PS5 and I was like, damn, this is good. Damn.
Yeah,
Maybe it has. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I don't remember.
That's the other reason I didn't want to have to like replay it as well, because I already basically had to replay the game 1.5 times anyway. Because when I was playing through the first time, I got to like the station ghost boss, and then I got a glitch in the game where once I defeated the boss, I was stuck underneath it. But then in my infinite wisdom, I hadn't saved for about 6 hours. So then I had to basically go back a massive chunk of the game and just do it all again. I was like, oh no, this is you can tell I clearly don't play enough JRPGs because I don't have like saves every 2 seconds.
But like no autosave. That's that's strange, right?
Yeah, that was
strange.
rough.
Most games do come with autosave. So it's like, even if maybe you have to go back 30 minutes instead of 1 minute, if you would have just saved manually, it's still better than 6 hours.
Yeah. Exactly. But you guys been playing what's number 1 priority this week?
Well, if it's with Final Fantasy VII, it's just the Yuffie DLC is just like a little thing, right? And I think I'm mostly just wanting to get that done, and then maybe I'll go back and play through or something in the summer when there's not a billion games coming out. So I feel like that wouldn't take very long. Ratchet and Clank is definitely the priority for me.
That's how I feel right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna be
because so good.
Because it's also gonna be a technology demo as well for what the PS5 can really do. Like there's a reason why it's not on the PS4. PS4 just physically couldn't do this. Right?
It's true.
Not possible to put like what they're doing technologically into a PS4 version. So I'm excited to see what that's gonna be, what that's gonna experience.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what they do with the DualSense as well, because like I imagine they have some really good controls for that one. So
hell yeah,
that's gonna be good.
Yeah, because all the weapons are really unique and interesting, and they usually take advantage of the hardware for feedback. Or what was available in the past. So I'm excited to see that.
It's gonna be very exciting.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, and we have, of course, we've got Guilty Gear as well. So for the fighting game fans out there, that I can't wait for. Obviously, I'm gonna have to sort of play that amidst other stuff. But the nice thing about that one is that fighting games don't really have anything to complete per se, so I can hopefully just sort of play Ratchet and Clank and Final Fantasy during the days, and then just in the evening get some practice in, and hopefully.
How are you
going to
find time to rank up? You got to get to like platinum.
Me in platinum in a fighting game? Never.
I never say never. What about video games, man? Come on, you got to get your gains, your reps in.
I'm gonna try, but I'm somebody that loves fighting games, but I am forever average at fighting games. So I aspire to be able to be good enough, but I've never quite put enough of the time in. So because they keep doing this every time. Like when they announced that Guilty Gear was delayed, at one point I was like, you know what? I'm actually quite glad because it's not on the back of Monster Hunter. I'll finally get to play it. There was nothing originally in that window. It was just Guilty Gear. I was like, right, this is fantastic. I'm finally gonna get to play it. And they're like, oh yes, let's just add 2 more games to this list. Let's also add E3. I'm like, thanks. The universe is conspiring against me. They don't want me to get good at fighting games. Maybe they just realized that I would be too powerful if I was good at fighting games.
Yeah.
Probably.
So they're holding me back.
Yeah. It's a balance. It's universal balancing is what's happening.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, E3. E3
is
like so
there's
close.
a lot happening this week. Yeah.
Where do we start with, like, are we going to speculate?
We should speculate. I think what we should do. I think we should. Yeah, we should like let's go through the schedule and talk about what's happening starting as soon as Wednesday this week, and then we can start doing some speculation. So E3 begins. Yeah, this week's on Wednesday is the Battlefield reveal. So Battlefield.
And then there's that whole thing going on, right? This whole little ARG that's happening, augmented reality game, right?
Yeah. They're doing some I'm not sure where it's leading, but there were some decrypted messages. There was some random sort of glitchy looking videos, and their Twitter profile has now sort of gone all glitchy and stuff. So I'm interested to see where it's going to go. I think a lot of people are quite super excited for this one. I think they're also super hopeful as well because I didn't play much of it, but my understanding from people that did is the previous Battlefield didn't get received too well. I don't know whether it's because the setting or whether it's because of the support. I think the way that the game was supported afterwards just didn't really resonate well with people. But that one apparently fell off quite fast. So hopefully this will be a redemption sort of saga for them.
Yeah, it's interesting. I hear this story about what's happening in Battlefield, and I feel like part of it's just the gamers are changing where they're putting their attention. It's like battle royales, and they're free to play battle royales, and they always release it within a week or two from Call of Duty, and Call of Duty is always the game that's on top for that. If you're remotely close to the Call of Duty franchise and you're releasing around Call of Duty franchise, people are going to end up picking that one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. So I'm honestly not surprised that the reception possibly wasn't really that high, because it seems like it's been going that way for Battlefield. But I really like Battlefield. When I do get a chance to play it and experience what's happening, even the campaigns, I think the campaigns have been fun in the past, and the multiplayer is usually an interesting experience, to say the least.
Yeah, definitely.
I wonder
that should be a.
Yeah, I wonder what that glitch stuff is going to be though. What genre? Are they, or not genre, but
it's gonna be cyberpunk.
Yeah, I'm like,
cyberpunk.
Are we getting a futuristic Battlefield?
give it Gundams and mechs and we walk around in a spacesuit.
Are we getting jetpacks? And lasers?
I mean, I'd be cool with that because honestly, I'm sure there's people that like traditional combat and stuff, but I'm not a massive shooter anyway. But if I'm gonna play a shooter, I would much rather play modern or futuristic warfare. I just find old stuff not that interesting in the war side of things, because it's just I could fly through in a helicopter, or I could jump on the back of a horse. I could get this cool laser scope, or I could get this wooden thing that I need to just spend 10 minutes loading to fire it once, and I'm just I don't want to do that. I apologize to any gun people that I've just offended by just terribly describing guns and stuff. Every time I do this, if ever I've covered things in the past, because I'm not guns are not allowed in the UK, right? So if ever I talk about guns, I'll normally say something incorrect and refer to something like a barrel when it's not a barrel. And so I was like, how could you get this wrong? I'm like, look, I don't have a gun in my house. All right.
You know what we call them? We call them gun weebs.
Good weebs.
Yeah.
Gun
Weebs.
weebs.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's Wednesday this week. So then we've got Summer Games Fest with Mr. Keeley himself, Mr. Jeff Geoff, on Thursday. No, there's obviously nothing on that one, but he's obviously been kind of like pushing stuff. So I imagine he's like last year, he's probably sort of like pooling stuff into his show. So maybe we'll get some sneak peeks ahead of time for that one.
I mean, real quick, we should mention. So like last year they did this thing where they had basically a weekly drop of little bits of information for like 3 months, right?
It took goddamn forever.
Took goddamn forever for anything interesting to get happening on there. And by the time of it, you were like, all right, whatever, games are coming out. I get it. Like I want the stuff now. So they've gone away from that format, right?
Yes, yeah. Interestingly, earlier in the year when someone specifically asked Jeff about that, he said like they were like, oh, it's not really like 3 months. He was like, no, it'll all be done within like a couple of weeks now. So, but then I've only seen like one date for his show, so I don't know whether he meant like E3 will be a couple of weeks or like Summer Games Fest. But in terms of the actual like kickoff for it, it's on Thursday, and apparently he promises more than a dozen world premieres. So
interesting. So they might still have some sort of weekly drip feed type of thing this summer, but like I just hope that they front load the really interesting stuff into the E3 slot. You know?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, definitely.
No offense to the non-interesting stuff.
No, but it's definitely well, especially the thing is it's like every game is important to obviously people that are creating, but like, especially when Jeff will hype it up and be like, I've got this incredibly amazing like world premiere. You're like, okay, cool. Is this guy going to show off like God of War or Elden Ring? And then it's like, and the title just doesn't necessarily match to his level of hype. So not to say the title was bad, but the way that he's hyped it up, he's like, you must think it's like I have to reschedule my diary for this, and then it's just like, oh,
yeah, it better not be like a Minecraft expansion or something.
It's gonna be a new new Fortnite collab.
Oh no, like the Jeff Keighley skin.
Flight simulator on the moon.
He says there's going to be 30 plus games. So it's this live event. I think it's about 2 hours it's going to be on Thursday with 30 plus games, special guests, musical performance, Day of the Devs, and more.
Wow.
So
interesting.
At least we'll have one show with like a bunch of stuff in it.
Yeah.
With the Summer Game Fest, which is nice.
Yeah. No, that would be cool. That would be super cool.
So this is like Xbox and Microsoft, right?
No, this is just Summer Games Fest on the Thursday. Then Friday, there's a couple of smaller things like there's a Netflix show and there's like a prime time from like Koch Media. But then after that, you've got on the Saturday, you have got Ubisoft Forward, the Devolver Direct, the Gearbox stream, and the Guerrilla Collective stream. So
interesting.
A couple of sort of big things in there.
Yeah, like the Far Cry. They're starting to promote Far Cry 6 with Gustavo.
Yeah, that'll be.
Right?
That should be cool. Yeah, I think the Division devs today put out a tweet to say that like they won't be at Ubisoft Forward. So I was originally thinking, oh, maybe they're going to show off like their new. They recently announced Division Heartland or something.
Yeah.
So I guess probably not on that one. But then there was another tweet that went out. There was like rumors around another like spin-off series that combines the worlds of like Splinter Cell and Division and like something else. I'm like, why do they keep doing this thing where they're like, we're using the world of Splinter Cell. We're using the character. Like, let Sam Fisher free. I just want to play Splinter Cell.
Let him be crazy with
exactly
gadgets.
I feel like he is in the same place, right? Rare are keeping Banjo in the cellar, right? And Ubisoft are keeping Sam Fisher in the cellar, and they're like, you're never gonna see the light of day. Apart from like, we'll occasionally wheel you out for like a celebratory like wave at the crowd. It's like Banjo. They're like, okay, you can go in Smash Brothers. That's it. Or you can be a skin in like a Pirates of the Caribbean, not Pirates.
You
sorry,
can be
Sea of
in
Thieves.
Fortnite.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, what? Do you, like so many people are just like, yo, I want to play Splinter Cell with the multiplayer and stuff, and they're just like, oh, like when they did the thing with Rainbow Six, and everyone's like, oh, is that Sam Fisher? It's like, yeah, but he's in Rainbow Six. Like, oh my god. So I don't know what they've got with that, but yeah, and then Gearbox apparently are like, I've got like a new game announcement as well, so I'm not sure what will be next for them.
Ooh. I know they did say Godfall is going to be there as well, so Godfall is planning on doing more stuff.
So they're getting into the expansion. they were talking about before,
I think
right?
so, yeah.
I believe there is. Yeah, they've been teasing a couple things on Twitter with just like symbols and stuff. So I'm sure with that kind of teasing, it's going to be a DLC of some kind.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. I hope it's good. Like I haven't gone back to it since, but like I wanted I know the game didn't have like a huge degree of substance and stuff, but I really wanted it to be good. So I'm interested to see what they do with it. And then go from there. But yeah, that's the Game stuff. And then on the Sunday we have Xbox and Bethesda and Square Enix. So these are the big ones.
Yeah,
that's the big boys. Some of the big boys.
Yeah,
there's another big boy. But
so what are you thinking? I mean, like Xbox. Bear in mind, Elden Ring trailer was revealed in Xbox's showcase the first time. So if we're going to see anything, it has to be Xbox, right?
See, well, not necessarily, because like there's something with Bandai Namco and Elden Ring. Like on their website, they have it listed as like a game that. Yeah, so there's two possibilities. It's the Elden Ring watch. It could be at Xbox. It could also be at Bandai Namco. So I'm holding out hope to just even just show me just that you're still alive. You know that you're still there.
Right.
That you're still
a glimmer of hope.
It's gotta, it's gotta be right. Because remember remember a few weeks ago there were those leaked trailer snippets that kept on sort of doing the rounds, right? There's like been so many of them that they must have a fully assembled trailer. And we thought at the time like there was going to be some sort of because there was like a registered trademark for something like Bandai Namco Next or something, which we thought would be like a upcoming thing, but maybe that's just like their E3 show. I don't know, but like either way, there must be something.
Gotta be something.
They have to show something, surely.
I mean, Bandai Namco is the publisher, right? Or would be the publisher?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's possible that they have a whole bunch of things and then maybe hint at a potential FromSoft game that then gets the full reveal at Xbox. You know?
Yeah, true.
Possibility, because they know it's going to be hype building up, and like they want to ride that hype train right there.
Oh, if you mention anything about Elden Ring, people will explode.
Wildfire.
Yep. I do the usual tweet just before a press conference. I just literally tweet the word Elden Ring, the words, and that's it. No, nothing else. People are like, what do you know? It's like, no, I just tweeted it. What
details are you keeping from us?
What do you know?
I've seen it on Twitter already. It's like 3 days till we see Elden Ring. And I'm like, okay.
I really hope, man. I hope they're like, and it's coming out this fall. And I'll be like, oh, really now? Okay. I mean, it's probably going to be early next year, or like the spring of next year, because that seems like what they like to do.
They'll drop a trailer and say that George R.R. Martin has just begun the story. Fear not.
Yeah, that's actually probably what's going to happen.
He's working hard.
He's just finished the intro. We promise we'll update you in a few years' time.
Yeah, right?
Oh, dear. But no, that would be cool. But, yeah.
How crazy would it be to see Elden Ring and what's the Bethesda game, the Starfall or Starfield?
Yeah.
Starfield. Yeah.
Starfield,
What if they were like showed legit Starfield stuff and Elden Ring in one show?
That would be incredible. I mean, I feel like they got to be right, because there've been some talks around Starfield and stuff, and obviously following the acquisition of Bethesda, it would be a bit weird to be like, hey, we spent all this money, we acquired Bethesda, but we're not going to show you anything. So I feel like that's going to be the star of the show.
I feel like it, right?
Oh, I get it. The star of the show.
It's going to be a glimmering bright light in the show.
Oh, yes.
It's interesting. This will be like the first major conference, right? With them acquiring Bethesda.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So there's also like other things we could obviously see where there would be Obsidian's Avowed. So obviously that was the other thing they showed like a little while ago.
Yeah.
And then obviously also the other interesting thing to see on the Microsoft side of things, and this is like they're gonna have to deliver, is Halo, right?
Oh yeah, of course, Halo Infinite.
Oh yeah, they have to.
And I feel like this is going to be the interesting one, right? Because it's like, when they revealed it with the Xbox initially, and it just kind of fell flat, and everyone was like, "Why does Craig look like he's got no textures on?" Right?
Yeah.
So it's like if they don't now, and now they pushed it back. So if they pushed it back and it doesn't blow people away, people are going to be like, "Yikes!"
I know, right? Wow, I actually completely forgot that they have to show something because it's coming. It's slated for this year, this holiday season, right? Yeah,
it is. Yeah,
yeah.
Which I mean, even if it's bad, I'm going 100%. I'm going to be buying Halo Infinite and playing it.
100%, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I really hope that they've done some magic with it, because I'd love to see a Halo Infinite be revitalized and just knock it out of the park.
Because you're right though. It's the sort of thing. It's like Halo doesn't have to look incredible for us to play it. Like we would play it, enjoy it, and still just have fun. But it's one of those things where it's like, this is, especially when the consoles were announced, it's like, this is supposed to be the thing that shows like the power of the Xbox One. And I feel like although Microsoft spent a lot of time acquiring studios and kind of just like pushing other titles, and the Xbox One is a fantastic the Xbox Series X is a fantastic console. But at the same time, I feel like they need like a first party thing to really showcase that. They need like their equivalent of like a Ratchet and Clank or like other things like that. They can just be like, wow, okay, now I've got a reason to buy it. Because that's the thing. A lot of the time, people are like, assuming you can actually buy them. They're like, what console should I buy right now? I wouldn't currently. If you were looking for things like a reason to buy something exclusive, I wouldn't recommend a Series X. Not because it's a bad console, but it's just if you're playing multi-platform stuff, you could probably just play that on PC anyway. Like I have a Series X and I just don't turn it on. Whereas obviously, like at least PlayStation's got some things you can't get elsewhere. But like I want them to be like, oh, now there's a reason to get a Series X.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I feel like if you're really dialed into games and what's coming out, then the PS5 is probably the better choice. But if you're looking for just a great platform that's going to have a steady stream of games with a Game Pass and fantastic hardware, then I think Series X actually really works out. Yeah. Yeah, it's like two viewpoints when it comes to Series X versus PS5 at the moment.
True.
Yeah.
What
else what else for E3?
So we've then got, following Xbox Showcase, also on the same day, on the Sunday, we then got Square Enix. So from what we know so far, it says so far Square Enix will be debuting a new game from Eidos Montreal. They'll also be talking about Marvel's Avengers, Babylon's Fall, which I'm super excited for. You remember that trailer they showed, like the hack and slash sort of style one with like the guy in the armor suit?
Yep.
More on that. And then Life is Strange 2 Colors. I know people love Life is Strange, not really my game, but yeah. So that's the Square Enix stuff. So I don't know. I'm not sure what.
What about Chapter 2? Huh? Episode 2.
Yeah.
You think?
This is what I mean. Like I genuinely feel like they're just trying to disguise, like sort of like hope we forget. They're like, if we give them Integrate and then we talk to them about Final Fantasy 16.
16, yeah.
Maybe they'll forget that we could. Yeah, they'll be like, maybe they'll forget that we were ever going to do a part 2.
Yeah.
And then we'll just get away with it.
You could be like, 7, what are you talking about? That game's finished. You can go play it on the PS1.
Yeah, it's right
exactly.
there. Play it on PS5 now.
Yeah.
Go hang around with Yuffie. It's great.
Yeah, I could see them dropping just like a title thing to be like, yeah, it's coming. 5 years later, it's coming.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, they could just do a title quite easily.
They probably will do that, actually. Yeah, that'll be annoying. But yeah, so we got that, and then we've got Warner Bros. Have also got a show on the same day. And then on the Monday we've got Capcom.
Oh, wait. Before moving on to that, there was a speculation of the Team Ninja game that's working on a Final Fantasy version or world.
Yeah.
If we get to see some of that at E3, I would.
Oh my god! If they show that, I will die.
Yes,
that would be super cool.
I hope it's my fantasy version.
I routinely tweet at Team Ninja just saying, "Love you, love you."
Amazing.
Every now and then.
Yeah, I hope we can see something on that. If we don't, it's probably years away from now.
Yeah.
I'd be interested. Like, I do hope we do, but I imagine, I feel like if they've got 16 moving along and they're going to be sort of showing us that stuff, and they've got like Integrate that's just come out, and they've got the potential for part 2. I feel like showing that I don't know. I mean, stranger things have happened, but I just wonder whether like showing that would be sort of too many Final Fantasy things that are just like, oh, hey, here's another title that you probably won't see for another 10 years. So I'm not sure.
Well, if they come out though with like, here's more Final Fantasy, here's Final Fantasy, also here's Final Fantasy, people will be pretty happy.
Yeah, I mean, people like Final Fantasy, and if it's multiple developers, so if Team Ninja is well on their way to having a title getting wrapped up in a year or two, I think it'd be worth it. Because like a lot of the stuff that they show,
what kind of game it is.
Yeah, exactly. I want to know what type of that's what I'm thinking. Because in my version, I'm thinking Neo meets Final Fantasy World, which sounds amazing.
Yeah.
But it could be completely different, and I might be like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully, fingers crossed. Yeah. So following that, we've got on the Monday we've got Capcom, we've got Take-Two, and then a couple of smaller things like Freedom Games and Razer Keynote. So Capcom wise, people are speculating like Resident Evil Village DLC and stuff. I feel like it's too early for anything Monster Hunter like expansion related. I mean, we might sort of see like what's their future plan, but given they've just had update 3.0 and they've given us like a roadmap and just said like from what they've said in the recent stuff, they're like the roadmap is just like event quests. I don't feel like that's like the sort of stuff you show at E3.
Right.
So I guess we'll probably just get maybe like another look at stories because stories comes out soon afterwards. So maybe that.
Yeah, maybe.
Hopefully, we got something new. I mean, like there's like supposed to be like rumors of Street Fighter 6 and stuff, and like other titles like that. So I want them to bring back Lost Planet.
Ooh, yeah.
I miss that series.
I'd be down for that.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah, I don't know what I'd really expect from Capcom. Like you said, too early probably for Monster Hunter stuff. And probably they're not going to be showing off a different Resident Evil, like a remake or something. So
you don't think?
I don't know. I don't know.
I could. Well,
you know what I want? I want Code Veronica.
Yeah, wasn't there speculation that that's actually what's in development right now for the next remake?
I don't know.
Or so,
It'd be cool.
Was it Code Veronica? I'm not sure what there's another one after 3 that is not 4. I could be completely wrong about this. Yeah.
Code Veronica would be so good.
Yeah. Well, I could see them dropping hints or maybe officially announcing what's coming next for the remake side of stuff, since they've been doing the piggybacking of remake, new game, remake, new game, you know?
True. That could work, yeah. We'll see. But yeah, outside that, I can't really sort of think of anything else they could be. Like, they're the main real franchises like Monster Hunter, Resident Evil, Street Fighter. Unless they can bring like Dragon's Dogma 2 or something, that would be cool. That would be sick.
Interesting, yeah.
So that would be nice to see.
Capcom has just been killing it the past few years.
They have,
just the golden company at this point. Really, really digging it.
Yeah, I feel like they went through like a slow period, and then suddenly, like everything they release right now just like hits the nail on the head. So long may that continue.
Yeah, exactly. Cool.
And then after that, basically we went on to the Monday, which is the Tuesday, which is like the last really big day. At least for now, you got Nintendo, and you then got Bandai Namco. So
I'm excited for Bandai Namco.
Yeah, I'm excited for both of them, but like I mean,
definitely both.
Yeah. I'm like, there's a lot of Switch rumors going around. There's
man, the Switch rumors.
They tweeted the other day to say that it'll be roughly 40 minutes long, and it'll be exclusively on Nintendo Switch software, releasing in 2021 for the most part. So I'm excited. There's some rumors going around of like a Donkey Kong game being developed by the guys that did Mario Odyssey.
Cool.
Which I hope means, because I love Donkey Kong 64.
Yeah.
I hope it means the 3D Donkey Kong. It could still be that team, but they're doing like a 2.5D, so it could still be a side-scroller one. I'm hoping it's different. But obviously the main thing I want to see is Breath of the Wild. Like, I need to see that.
Nah.
We
don't care about Breath of the Wild.
We have the potential Elden Ring, of course.
Yes.
In their game. We also have, maybe we could see more Tales of Arise.
I feel like we will do, yeah.
Cool. I assume we would, because that's coming out September 10th. Yeah, Scarlet Nexus, they might do just like a little trailer, because that's like right about to come out. It's coming out June 25th. People have been enjoying the demo, though. They've really been enjoying the combat.
I really like it. Yeah. If it plays really, really well, it's really nice to play. So yeah, hopefully that. There's also another rumor that's been going around. Did any of you guys play Dragon Ball Fighterz, the fighting game?
I did. Yep.
Yeah. So the latest rumor is that there might be that, but for My Hero instead. Which could be awesome. The thing is, I mean, it's not fun. Yeah, it's not what I've been asking for. For the longest time, I tweet Bandai Namco on a regular basis, and I'm like, when are you going to make Naruto Fighters? Because honestly, Naruto fighting game in the style of Dragon Ball Fighters would be the best thing in the world. Like, because it's of course done by Arc System Works, who are the goats when it comes to fighting games. The animation quality is incredible. And doing that, but doing that and having like the tail beast coming out on screen would just be so much cooler. Because like, I'll be honest, controversial statement. I don't even like Dragon Ball that much, right? I like Naruto. Naruto's my Dragon Ball. So I'm like, I don't care about these. All the Dragon Ball characters look the same. Naruto characters are cool.
Oh
I'm like,
Lord.
you got like 10 different characters with like spiky yellow hair. Like, I can't tell who's who. But in Naruto, hey,
They're all
everyone's
blended
unique.
in.
Exactly. So I'm just like, listen, right? This is what I want. But I guess but this is the thing, this is where it doesn't make sense to me, because I'm like, on one hand, I was chatting to my friend about this. I was like, oh well, okay, you know, Naruto is kind of, as a series, it's finished. Obviously, you've got Boruto now, so maybe that's why they're not doing as many Naruto things. Like, but Dragon Ball has been finished for years. Like, why are they still peddling that out? Like, it's not fair. But My Hero is, of course, current, so maybe that would it would still work. It would look really cool, like, you know, having all those things in that style. So that could be cool as well.
Yeah.
I finally got to see the Demon Slayer movie.
Oh. It's good, right?
Yep.
Mm.
I believe my tweet after I got back was, I'm just gonna go sit in a corner. You can find me in the corner. For no reason. Just in the corner.
No reasons. No.
Zero reasons. In the
Just a
corner.
good way to enjoy the film. In corners. Yep.
In the corners.
That's it.
So
But yeah.
with Breath of the Wild 2, if they talk about it, do you think we have a 6-month window of them releasing it if they talk about it next week?
Ooh. It's weird. Part of me says yes, part of me says no. So like,
Yeah.
The yes part is that, like, it hasn't necessarily always remained true, but like a lot of the time since the Switch came out, where possible, I feel like a lot of the time Nintendo will announce something and not too long after, i.e. like 6-12 months, it comes out. Short of like Metroid and maybe like Splatoon, which might be further out. Like a lot of the time it's been like, oh hey, here it is and you can play it soon. Because I think they're probably getting to exactly. But I feel like they're getting to that point where they're like understanding that people maybe don't want that super long announcement cycle. That being said, if everything's been pushed back and Breath of the Wild is 100% like one of their huge titles, I feel like they're going to want to make sure it's perfect out the gate. So I could still see like a Q1 next year and like shoot for like March window.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, I guess I just wanted to release it at a time when there's nothing else. I just don't want to have to juggle Zelda.
Yeah, if they did in November, it would be Madhouse. Just tons of stuff going on. I guess it would also be weird if they released a remake of a Zelda and a new Zelda in the same year. That kind of is. They typically don't saturate the IP like that.
True. What they might be more likely to do would be like drop the Skyward Sword remake earlier in the year. Maybe announce a couple more remakes for things like Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD, which you could then just like grab free in the end of the year, and then maybe that will bide you over until
Breath of the Wild in March,
the new year. Yeah,
Elden Ring and Breath of the Wild are gonna come out at the same time.
My god, that would be awful.
You know it's going to be true though, right? Because again, much like fighting games, but much like fighting games, my other curse are Souls-like games where games come out at the same time as them, so I therefore can never finish them. The amount of games I've started and want to go back and I haven't finished, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And then you have Metroid, which is never coming out.
Never.
What's Metroid? Never heard of it.
Yeah, same.
It's now called Returnal.
Yeah, Returnal.
Oh dear. Yeah, that's gonna be oof. Maybe we'll get a new title sequence for that one this time. It'll be animated this time. Instead of a static logo, it'll be animated. So we at least know that it's slightly real.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for Elden Ring. Yeah.
Yeah, new logo reveal for Metroid. Letting you know it's coming in 5 years or longer.
This is true. Oh, the other thing for E3 as well is that's where like on the Tuesdays when like the majority of the E3 stuff calms down. Then in July is when there's like a few more things to pick up. So I think Jeff's sort of Summer Games Fest might fill a few gaps in between. But the other thing in July is obviously EA Play. So that's when they'll talk about, you know, their other stuff. So
EA things, Titanfall.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah, EA stuff. Titanfall 3.
Yep.
Yeah. Battlefield, I guess, and then like whatchamacallit?
Apex. Right?
Dragon Age.
Probably.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Dragon Age would be cool to find out about. Yeah, Dragon Age would be the thing I'd be looking for. There.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. So yeah,
Maybe,
that's the next few weeks. Yeah.
Maybe we'll see Anthem Reborn.
They were like, haha,
Imagine.
just kidding. It's
Yeah.
actually cool. And here it
JK
is.
lol, we scrapped the whole thing and made a brand new project and called it Reborn.
Anthem 2. They're like, you loved the first one so much, we started again.
Man,
It's a shame about that.
So cool. It really is quite sad.
Yeah.
I was really hoping that like they could have, because some of the concepts they were kind of putting out on the blog post, like what they were trying to do with it, sounded quite cool.
Look cool, yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's very exciting. Looking forward to what E3 news is bringing us. Also, also looking forward to Ratchet and Clank.
I'm so excited to just see it. When you just see them like just jumping through the portal into the different dimension, it just looks so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I can do that like
cannot
on
wait.
command. I just want to get that tool and be like,
yeah.
I'll make zero progress and I'll just be like, I spent the past hour just going through portals.
That's what I'm hoping, because then that's like a true show of them really rendering everything all at once, and you can just do that on the fly.
Yeah.
That would be real cool.
That would be impressive.
We'll see. We get the reviews tomorrow. See what people are saying about it. I'm sure it's just going to be like, this game is the best.
This game's dope.
Just from the little previews people have given, it's like, it's pretty great. It's very beautiful. It's very cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
I'm assuming we'll talk about it next week. Hopefully,
next week's going to be a bit of a madness.
Yeah.
We're going to have all the E3 news to go through. We're going to have all the games that have come out.
It's going to
be a busy one.
Yeah, definitely going to be busy. Cool. Well, I think that's SideQuest, right?
I think it is.
I believe so.
Congratulations.
Complete.
Well, thank you very much to our shout out to our Patreon members and our Twitch subs supporting the shows. We greatly appreciate the support, and looking forward to next week's plethora of information on news. Yeah,
plethora. Yeah,
it's at least a plethora of information.
Yep. Eric's, where can people find you?
You can find me over on Arix on Twitter or Scuf Gaming on YouTube, where this week, yes, I will be attempting to stay afloat amidst all the games.
What?
Very nice. I am Miss 5000 Watts. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Just look for Miss 5000 Watts.
And I'm Tefty Teft. You can talk to me at Teft. You can find me smoking some Briar Rabbit meat in the new Traeger grill.
Ooh. You got a new grill?
No, I didn't. I just wanted to say I was smoking Briar meat.
In the new grill, though.
I did, yeah. And I definitely made it seem like I bought a grill. I didn't. That's the show. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you next week. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
See you later.